Hello and welcome back to Fair Weather Trains. After our previous video of my top 5 locos purchased in 2024 UK version, I thought I should do a European version because it turns out I bought a lot more European based engines than I did UK, and also my number of US based engines has gone down, so I've sold more. And I don't think I bought any. I might have got a couple of cheap ones. So I won't be doing a US version, you'll be pleased to know. So let's get in the first one. This is going to be a top 5 or 6 again. So let's just roll this one in. Some of these I have done videos on before, but I don't think I have this one. Right, this is a Brawa. This was one of those where I bid a silly amount, I think 24.87 or something weird like that, on eBay when it was or more or less first listed, and that carried through to the end. There was a couple of bids which pushed my original bid up, and £24 is what I ended up paying plus postage, which, if you know anything about Brawa engines, that's pretty bloody cheap. Anyway, I'll just show the box. So this is a E42. I don't know anything about this really. There's no paperwork, unfortunately. In the Helvetia Patria livery. I keep wanting to say Helvetica, but I think that's a Windows font. Doesn't really tell you much. It's got that old geezer on the side again. And there's some details there. Feel free to pause that and translate it as you wish. Yeah, so as I say, I got this one for around 24 quid plus postage. I haven't done a video on this, so we'll do a quick close-up of this. This was the engine that made me get more Brawa engines, or look out for it, because I didn't realise quite how good and well detailed they are. I mean, you can see that the livery is beautifully applied. There's a few spare bits in the box that I haven't fitted. Presumably that's what some of these holes are for. It has working directional lights, separate wipers, NEM pockets. That's why it's got a British one on there for now. No sprung buffers, of course. All separately fitted door handles. Admittedly plastic, but they look alright, don't they? And I like that little door handle there. That actually looks like a proper one for a change. Steps are nicely done. The grills are good. Well, they're not metal, but they look good. Again, the printing is fantastic. Yep, that's all legible. And stuff down here. I mean, look at the detail on these bogies. That's amazing. It has to be said they are plastic though, or at least these parts are, but they are outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And we talk about having a bit of depth and relief on some other makes, but that is pretty amazing, I reckon. Let's just look around the side. We've got obviously got a rear view mirror there, just in case you catch another engine coming up your inside as you're about to pull out and overtake. Same again, one wiper up, one wiper down, more lights that work. And this side is presumably pretty much the same. I think so. There's a cab detail in there. Let's see if I get the light right. Probably can't, because it has that window piece there. It looks like there might be a little bit of cab detail in there. Yeah, it looks like it. Does look like it. And then the roof as well is amazing. You've got the pantograph, which will go up and down. I don't know whether this will run from the pantograph. It may do, because it's all metal. And there's a screw there, which is, I think it's a screw, which is usually how you turn it to pantograph, or not. But yeah, the detail on there is great. These bits on the top, which I presume are some sort of radiators, would they be? Pretty sure it's not a roof rack. And the walkways down the side. Yeah, good one. I think that's 24 quid worth of detail on that. Is absolutely fine. Let's stick that back on the track. Now, I've already done a video on Brava stuff, and as I mentioned in that video, this is the one that made me buy or look for further Brava stuff as well. But this is a fantastic runner, this really is. Nice sound. I don't know much about this company though. I presume they're considered a top end model maker, but I don't know. It's obviously got a bit of competition with Marklin and Loco and Fleischmann and whatever. Don't know if we'll see the lights because it's pretty dingy in here again, and I've got spotlights on, but they do work, and they are properly directional. Right, we're going to give this a spin. I've got something for it to pull round. Hidden up there somewhere. Not very prototypical, I'm sure. But what we've got is the Cura scale nuclear wagons. So we'll send that away and we'll bring the next one in. Now, if you've seen any of our other recent videos, and knowing that I'm doing the best European locos I bought this year, just waiting for the photo bombing to finish. I'm sure you would definitely expect to see this one in there. Of course it's one of the best locos I bought this year, European locos. What a fantastic piece of kit this is. It weighs a ton, it's got firebox glow, it runs superbly even though it's tender drive. Nice close coupled tender to the loco. It's got the armour plating on the side to protect various internal parts. It's got an excellent paint job. And of course it matched all the coaches I had for it. So I'm not going to go into too much detail of this because I've already done it and it was recent. I'll leave a link to that in the description for this one. So if you want to have a better look at it, but yeah, that's going to be in anybody's top 5 or 10 locos they bought in a year, isn't it? Absolutely, it's got to go some to look better than that and beat that. And coupling it with its fantastic running abilities as well. What a winner. Right, so that's going to be number 5, I think. This one is, yeah, 6. The Lilliput in the background there, or in the foreground now, is number 5. And like last time, they're not really in any order, they're just apart on the floor again. So we'll be back in a minute with number 4. Okay, with the Lilliput one now put away, let's bring in the next one. Those of you who've watched many of my videos, especially featuring European stuff, will hear me go on about the quality of Loco engines. So there's no way there was going to be not one of them in my top 5, 6. And there she is. This is 8th class 93, I believe. I'll show you the end of the box in the Austrian railway livery. This is a newer Loco. I still don't know how old it is, but it's a newer one. It's got all the paperwork and whatever with it. Let's have a slightly closer look. Again, this is monstrously heavy. I think the tanks are plastic, but the boiler is definitely metal. Just Zoom that in a little bit. Doesn't want to focus. I think it's the light. Right, hang on. Right, yeah, I've adjusted the lights a bit again. It is so bloody dingy though. But yeah, this is monstrously heavy. Cab's metal, boiler's metal. These tanks are plastic, I think. They feel like they're plastic, but I just love the red handles and stuff. Really add to it, I think. They just, rather than just having the red underneath like normal Fleischmann's do. They've got the handles. There's some sort of cab detailing there. I can't really see it. Can't pick it out. The interesting coal bunker. There's a load of extras in the box, so presumably something would go in there. But a lot of extra fitted parts. That's metal, as you would expect. I like the red smoke box handle. Again, nicely detailed. Fully working lights this has. It's got a little electric flash there. It's got one of those, I can't remember what they're called. I did know. One of those thin chimneys. Yeah, as you can see. Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. More piping and detailing on this side. The wheels are good, they're solid red with slight holes in them. Very, very fine running gear there. You've got to be a bit careful with this. Some of that up the top there is actually plastic. You've got these red, whatever they are. Printing all looks good. Can't get that to focus very well on that. Yeah, directional lighting. This has got obviously no sprung buffers. Has it got NEM pockets? I didn't actually look. Possibly some sort of version of them, because it looks like you could put a NEM pocket into that. So nicely cantilevered. Yeah, I don't know. I've not looked at changing them, so I don't really know. Yeah, so this is the rather nice Roco. I had to have a Roco in my top 6. Good looking coal as well. So how does this run? Let's have a look. Right, forwards. I've got a wheel off there. It sounds like I've got a wheel off. I can't see it. Should be able to see the rear lights. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a lovely runner. So we'll get this one going round. I've got some wagons for it. Pretty much guarantee it won't couple itself to them though, because it's hook and loop. Nope. Right, I'll do it by hand and then we'll get it going. But that's got that coupled up. Another bit of photobombing going on. I must admit I've had a lot of trouble trying to pick six European locos to put in this video. Could have easily done 10 or 15. and I feel guilty of the ones I left out because there's a couple of real stunners there as well. Still, not to worry. We'll let that one go round and we'll get the next one ready. So we're going to send the Loco 282 up onto the top line, if it can get up there. As I said before, if this suddenly stops, it's because I have to change controllers part way up. In fact, about there. So let me just grab the other controller. Probably see the lights on the front. Yep, and away she goes. I've taken off the Brava Windows Font Helvetica engine, put that away, and for it to be replaced by another Brava engine. Let's roll this one in. There she is. Let's just zoom out a bit. Get sort of in the middle. This is a Talent, not sure if it's a Talent 2. I'll try and show you the box, but the box is so big I can't really get it in shot properly. There we go, DV BR643, a Talent. And this is another Brava one. You can't really see, can you? But got a different bloke on the front though, this one, which is a good thing, I think. Yeah, so this is a tree wagon Talent in a DB livery BR643. So this is a 3-car set. And sadly I have no paperwork for this, and it fits in its box all connected together, so that's why the box is so big, and it makes it a bit of a sod to get out. But then you don't have the coupling problems like you do with like the Pendolino and stuff. It runs lovely. It's got a little bit of noise to it, as you might be able to hear, a little hum to the motor. It's got working directional lights front and back, but they're very dim. I'm not going to pick this up to show you it, so try and get it a bit closer to show you there. See, it says Dusseldorf on that end. Some nice roof detail. You hear that hum. It does go away after about 5 minutes of running. I'll just zoom in a bit on it to have a look a bit more at the detail as it goes past. That's about as close as I can get, I think. It's a very well made, well detailed model. So that one is number, what are we on, 6, 5, 4, number 3 I think. I think that's number 3. We'll send that one off and we'll get the next one ready. So moving on, and up to number 2 is this Fleischmann engine in what I assume is photographic grey, which is unusual. Every other Fleischmann engine I've got has got this black with the red running gear and whatever on the underside. So that's this one. Now this, I imagine, is a 6-pin digital ready. It's got 2 extra numbers before the usual 4912. The K, I don't know what that means. So this must be a newer model. There's nothing on it that tells me. It's the usual, pretty much the usual Fleischmann type box, except this has clamshell packaging instead of the usual polystyrene. Just says not suitable for children in English. Yeah, there's loads of spare parts in the, or extra parts in the box. And let's have a closer look at it. So as a newer Fleischmann, it doesn't have the motor in the cab, but you can, under the right lighting conditions. Let's just fiddle the light a bit. You can sometimes, yeah, I can't get the light quite right. You can see some wires in there. I don't think there's any real cab detail. There might be a little bit, look. But like the original old Fleischmanns, this has got plenty of moulded detail. Got the Imperial Eagle. This is obviously a class 86. It's not as heavy as the previous ones we looked at. But I think as a newer Fleischmann, a lot of the moulded pipes and stuff has been replaced by actually separately fitted ones. I mean, look at them. It's absolutely incredible. And this has not had much running yet, and is a little bit noisy, Fleischmann motor noisy, and I've not had it apart, so I don't know if it's got the same type of old excellent Fleischmann ring field in it. Although, oh, you can see a bit of it there. Yeah, so bear in mind it might be a little bit noisy, a bit more noisy than the ones we've already looked at anyway, but this could be as dry as a bone. I've not done much with this one, but I was just astounded by, well, you know, older Fleischmanns have loads of moulded detail, and now they've just gone one step further and changed the moulded detail to added detail. I think it's bloody marvellous, this. I know Fleischmann don't do HO gauge anymore, so I do seem to have a couple of people who watch these videos sometimes who know a lot more about Fleischmann than I do, and if you watch these lads, give us an idea how old you think this is. But you can see the detail on it is stunning. Can't say I'm a massive fan of the grey, but there you go, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, not bad at all. It's got the sort of universal couplings that are supposed to couple to just about anything, and it has some sort of NEM socket there, so I can probably yank them out and put proper, say proper ones, I shouldn't say that, should I, but British ones if I want. But these aren't too bad. They do couple to nearly everything, and they, you know, when going along, they often uncouple from everything as well. So let's put this on. Give it a quick test. Yeah, you can probably hear it's a little bit more noisy already. But it runs so lovely and smooth. I think it does need a run in, to be honest, and maybe a dab of oil on the motor bearings, or a bit of juice on the gearing, just a little bit. I'll probably give it a good run first, actually run it in properly. Well, I'll get some wagons for that and we'll send that round, and then we'll come back for the big number one. So let's send the Fleischmann off with his non-prototypical load. Catch the Loco up top there, still running nicely with his car wagons. And the Talent down the bottom still going well. Well, I know I said these engines weren't in any particular order, but I do actually think this one is my number one, is my favourite European engine purchased in the last 12 months. So let's bring it in. There she is, the Trix Crocodile. This came from a train fair about 6 months ago. I think we paid 120 for this, which appears to be a really good price for one of these. And the guy said it was new. I'm not 100% sure it was totally new, but it was certainly in fantastic condition. Just show you the box. So it's all digital ready, works from the pantographs if you want it to. Not sure what those dot ones mean. Does that mean 3 rail? I don't know. Possibly 3 rail if you want it to be. And it is, there we go, a 6.8, and the Trix number 22584. So I know Trix now make the HO Fleischmann, is it? And Fleischmann just do N, is it something like that? Or is it Marklin? Might be Marklin. Trix do Marklin 2 rail. Whatever it is, no idea how old it is. It's made in Germany on it. Came with all the paperwork and all that. I'll give you the actual bit there if you want to read it. Model 3 powered axles, 2 traction tyres, digital articulated frame, 9 1/16 inches long. So there you go. That sounds okay, doesn't it? So how does this one run? This has not had much work. I haven't done much work with this either. In fact, before we do that, let's get a closer look. This again is incredibly heavy. The entire body is metal. And nicely moulded as well. Well painted. I really must get some oil on this chair. Right, yeah, you can see it's articulated there. Same the other end. I like this sort of, what would you call that? Dummy wheel? Although it obviously does something because it's not a dummy, but you know what I mean. So yeah, it's not driven this end at all, as you can see. Which is surprising, I thought it would be, but it isn't. I don't know if there's any cab detail in there. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this because I will do a better video on it than this when I can get hold of it a bit better. Yeah, so these are driven this end. Handrails are plastic, but this whole thing is metal. All of that is metal. That's all metal. Obviously the pantographs are, because they can actually, it can run from them. No sprung buffers, obviously. And the articulation parts in there. And some traction tyres wherever they are. There. Must be on them wheels somewhere. Can't see them with this light. So yeah, the Trix Crocodile. takes a bit of getting on the track. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you think it's on until it starts careering off on some points. Right, I think that's on. There's directional lights, which you might be able to see. Perfectly smooth. See, most of that noise you can hear is the actual weight of it moving along. When I do a proper look at this, I'll weigh it, see if it will hook up. It's got those universal couplings on again. Oh, blimey, did it? That's a shock. It's not a light load that's got there. That load in the middle, I think it's a generator. The only thing on that wagon, it's got 16 wheels, and the only thing on that wagon that's not metal is the generator. Everything else is metal. That's really heavy. That's an old Fleischmann wagon. And that one at the back, the load in it had quite a bit of weight to it. I didn't do that. I don't know where that came from. Now I'm using that Loco tanker as a sort of converter wagon. So anyway, let's send this away. So there's my top 6 HO European locos that I bought in 2024. I'm sure I can rummage around and think, oh, I should have included this one, oh, I should have included that one. I'd like to have included the Talgo train, but the engine for that I bought at the last Worley show, so that's more than a year ago. So yeah, that's the top 6, an arbitrary number. And that's the one that's come out at number 1. The Trix Crocodile. So any comments, any information on any of these engines, be nice to hear them. And what your best buys of the year were. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.